Hello everybody, back again with the next part, which I have completely and totally lost track of the numbers. I think this one is part 5, not part 4, but I could be completely and totally wrong. Well, we're doing about 20. Yeah, this should be part 5. I'm pretty sure this one is part 5. I know I said the last one was part 5, but I'm actually pretty sure, time-wise, that this one is part 5. I think. Anyway, that's another pointless cutscene. Nothing happens or comes of it. And... oh good, they're all dead. That was rather useful, actually. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Actually, no. I'll leave that one there. Because I say so. Well, I might need it on the way back. You know, I will actually say that one of the changes they made in the design of this game versus the other game is the entrance to the lab. Because it made a lot more sense in this version, for instance, that the entrance to the lab is... of course I can. That the entrance to the lab is hidden in the mansion rather than just being, you know, through an underground sewer system. And then you have to get to the lab, which always seemed a little inconvenient to me. But, yeah, I guess it just kind of made more sense for the game to have the entrance to the lab being in the... bugger it, I'm just going to run. To have the entrance to the lab being in the mansion, but they've still got the whole, you know, you have to go through the grave bit, which again, doesn't make any sense. Random dropping snakes for you. And finally, we're into the next part of the game, not the Let's Play. I think I'll get away without taking any of those. Right, let's put the box in its correct position before we do anything else. It's a little inconvenient to have to climb over this thing every single time, but you get the hang of it. Yay! Things going on. Right, so we got the Magnum, that'll come in handy later. Much later, okay. Keep going. That goes there. I think we can switch back to the handgun now. Well, I should be okay with that. I'm gonna need that, yes, probably. Can't remember which ones I actually... I don't need to kill him in that room. I think actually I'll get away without it at the moment. Good to refuel it anyway. Whew! I thought you had to... whatever. Bugger it. Giant ass fucking spiders and... Oi! Oi! Fine, we'll do that. I really hate spiders. Interestingly enough, like, my fear response is more than intelligent enough to work out the difference between a fake spider and a real spider. Despite the fact that, you know, get real spiders that big. Well, okay, you don't get them that big, but... I mean, it's kind of annoying for me because I've got two, at least I think two, very large spiders living on the wall right outside my bedroom window. Because you know that some types of spiders like to live in the holes in walls and stuff. You know, they dig themselves out a little thing and wait for some creepy crawly to come along and have themselves a snack. And I've got two. One of them is living sort of semi-close to my wall. And I've known about that one for the last 5 years. And despite the fact we've had some very harsh winters, it's still alive. Bloody thing. 5, 6, 3. I can never remember the exact order. 5, 6, 3. But I remember the numbers. That'll work it. It's in one order. 3, 6, 5, 6, 5, 3, something like that. Anyway, all this stuff can go away. So yeah, I've got these spiders. The weird thing is, these spiders are annoyingly resilient. Usually you can just, you know, get something long and pointy and just poke it into the hole to kill the spider. One of them is unfortunately out of reach. Don't exactly have much success with that. But the one that we were able to get to, my dad tried to do that because I can't go near the bloody things. But, God, I hate spiders. And tried to do that, and it didn't work. The hole it going into goes so far into the wall, it actually goes straight through the brickwork. Which doesn't bloody help. And we tried to use, like, you know, insect and spider killer around it. No luck. These ones seem to be immune to that sort of thing, which is, frankly, even more worrying. Oh, small tip. You can take the map of the residence, but for God's sake, don't check the hole on the wall. Because bees will come through and they don't die with the rest of them.
No, that wasn't part of our deal.
And we get a lovely little thing of Barry talking to himself. Oh, bloody hell. What are we doing good. Okay. So, yeah, spiders living on my wall. Insect, what's it killer, can't kill them. Slightly disturbing.
I think age is starting to take its toll.
Fortunately, they don't seem all that interesting coming inside my room. But, I guess we'll see.
I'm getting you worried, aren't I? But I'm alright. I guess this creepy mansion has gotten to my nerves. Anyway, maybe I'll go outside, get some fresh air for a change. Don't worry, I'm just going to get some fresh air. If I'm lucky, I'll get to waste some monsters along the way.
Ooh, weird. Not really. Power 2. Yeah, that'll be the next boss. Yeah, we'll do that in a minute. We have to go into the bathroom. Oh no, of course it's in the... I'm thinking of the other room. Oh no, it is over there. I said it was over there. I knew it was over there. My mind was telling me otherwise. Is that it? Is he dead? Oh good, he's dead. See, this is the one you need to burn. Because if you don't burn this one, he'll turn into a crimson head before you get the opportunity to leave the residence area. Push these out of the way. We'll get down there in a minute. I just picked up the one key, didn't I? Yes. Okay. Keep going. I like how they sort of mix things up a bit in this area. You know, you do have to do a bit more back and forth than you did originally. Up we go. I gotta say, I'm looking forward to the Resident Evil 2 remake. I mean, a lot of people are thinking, oh god, you know, modern Capcom's going to ruin an old classic, and I guess that's always kind of the slight worry when it comes to, you know, remakes of old games. You know, you worry that the modern people are going to ruin it, but I don't know. I think, I mean, they didn't muck up the remake of you know, they didn't muck up this remake, did they? This is a perfectly fine example of you know, how you can remake a classic, sticking to the original, you know, keeping all that stuff. And I don't think, actually, there's actually too much to worry about. I think Capcom will do a decent job. I mean, one thing I heard is that there was a Resident Evil 2 remake on the... it was for PC, and I think they were using the Unreal Engine. And they were sort of getting into their stride. They were sort of, you know, doing it well enough. And apparently decided that with the Capcom doing the Resident Evil 2 remake, that they would stop. I mean, Capcom didn't hit them with a C&D or anything like that. In fact, Capcom were aware of it, and it was actually their sort of acknowledgement of the fact that this thing even exists that sort of spurred them towards sort of considering a Resident Evil 2 remake. Of course, we all heard about the sort of, they're considering it, and, you know, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't happen. And then, of course, they actually announced it, which was really, really cool. I mean, and apparently the Resident Evil 2 remake group that were working on it have decided to abandon what they've done, which is, I don't know, it must be a bit galling for them, I guess, you know, to have put all that work and effort into starting something, and then, you know, the actual team in question, you know, the Capcom themselves go and do it, and so you decide, oh, you know, bugger it, let's just abandon it. Which I suppose, I guess, kind of makes sense and kind of doesn't make sense in that regard. But yeah, but apparently Capcom have actually brought the actual team behind the Resident Evil 2 remake in to sort of help. Presumably to sort of, not really to work on it, I don't think, but to sort of maybe be their eyes and ears for the community, perhaps. Which is good to see, you know. I mean, it's like people going nuts over the Final Fantasy VII remake. To be honest, I'm certainly a lot more hyped about the Resident Evil 2 remake. Although, you know, considering they've only just got the green light to go ahead, you know, we've got many years of waiting before we hear anything significant about Resident Evil 2. Now, unless they're like psyching us out and they've been planning this whole thing for months, I don't know. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't, but I am, I suppose, curious, you know, what they come out with, but we're not going to see anything about it. If they really have only just got the green light, we are not going to see anything about Resident Evil 2 until 2017. You know, that will be when the proper trailer and whatnot comes out for it. And then, you know, we're not going to see any actual game until 2018, I would imagine. Because it takes a long time to make a video game, even when you've got the original source material to be getting on with. You know, you still have to, you know, you still have to design it, you have to work through all that stuff. And that's it, you know, even with the original source material, it's still going to be a long process. It's going to take them 2.5 to 3 years at the easiest, you know, at the earliest, sorry. So don't expect it until 2018, people. Seriously, don't get too hyped up. Oh yeah, always make sure to check this, because you need to know the oil pressure. Open valve number 1. There you go. That's what you need to know. Switch to drain the water. Press it. Yes, please. Hello.
Emergency. Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety.
Oh yeah, I always get that the wrong way around. Come on. Come on, turn around. And of course it doesn't work.
Pressure threshold.
You're not helping. That's why you need to know. Running your ass around, wondering which frigging oil thing you have to press. Not a good idea.
Activate emergency drainage system immediately.
And there we go. Very nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward. I mean, give a lot of decent sounding remakes. I mean, I don't know if I'm hoping that Resident Evil 7 might get a PC release. They've been releasing a lot of the Final Fantasy games on PC lately, so I'm sort of hoping, sort of in that regard, that maybe they'll do a PC release. Probably not. I mean, if they don't, then I'm probably not going to play the game for several years, so I'm not that hyped up about it. But I'm pretty sure they'll be releasing the Resident Evil 2 remake on PC. Considering they've done this game on PC, you've got Resident Evil 0 coming out. Of course, a lot of people are holding up hope that it'll lead to a Resident Evil 3 remake. Considering that, you know, not half, but a chunk of Resident Evil 3 was set in the area from Resident Evil 2. I don't know if maybe they're getting their hopes up on that. But you never know. I mean, they're giving Resident Evil 1 a HD remake. They're doing Resident Evil 0 at the moment. Then we've got Resident Evil 2 actual remake coming out. So maybe that'll hold up hope for Resident Evil 3 remake. I don't know, really. Maybe, maybe not. I guess that's just a case of we'll have to wait and see. Who's alive? Not for long. Okay, here's the thing. I think it's fairly obvious to say that the platform she is standing on right now is made out of metal. I think that's fairly standard. And while she is wearing, you know, shoes, which are presumably rubber-footed, she's been in water. I mean, literally up to her, well, almost up to her middle. So, the entire bottom of her body is wet. She would have been electrocuted, surely. I don't know. I'm not going to question it. You survive. The giant shark doesn't. Who the hell cares? Anyway, almost done. We got the, what is it, room 3 key or whatever it is. No, the residence key for the gallery. That's it, the gallery key. Don't have the room 3 key yet. And I just realised I'm running out of time. Okay, I guess I'll move towards ending the episode right now. And I will see you in part... Is it part 6? Yes, part 6. I'll see you in part 6. Bye-bye.